Hello, how are you doing? When you want to add inputs or accept data from users, the primary way to accept data from user is by using form fields. One of the fields is text field. So let's see how we use text field. So first we have to use a form tag. The form tag is having the opening tag and closing tag. Inside the form tag we use an input text field. So let's say label for, let's say, first name in first name. So this label element is used for labeling of the text field, as well as for screen readers. It helps to read for visually impaired persons. So it is used for accessibility purpose also. Inputs, then type, and there are different types of input fields. For example, one of them is text. The other numbers, emails, passwords can be possible input type fields. Then having ID of first name and name of first name, and we can give default value of girl, and we can close it. Since it is an empty field, empty element, we close it here. So we use, since they are inline elements, we use break element for the typing. Later we use CSS. So we can also have another input field, for example, for last name, and we can have inputs type of text, ID is equal to last name and name of last name. Having we close here, value of Joe. Having breaks. So this is a possible way to use input fields. We can also add age, for example, here. So label for age, and we say age. Here we miss T. So we add here input field, this type of, since age is a number, and ID of age, and name of age. So we close here. So as we see, the for attribute in the label has a first name, and it should have the same name as the ID of the input field. So in order to have, if we say here one F name, it should be, the ID also should be F name. So the for attribute of the label should have similar name to the ID attribute of the input field. So we can also have email, for example, label for email, inputs type email, and ID of email, name of email. So that is input fields. There are different types for the email number, tele, URL, are some of them. You can explore more about by yourself. So let's see how it looks like on the browser. So as you see, the value is John and the last name value is Doe. We do not give numbers, so here it is number. We cannot give characters, but if you type numbers, it accepts. We can have email, but if you do not conform to email, for example, this one, it do not accept when we submit the data to browsers. So we can also have other attributes, for example, for number, minimum is equal to 0 and max is equal to 125. So it will not accept above that. If you put here 500 and if you submit the data, it will not accept when we submit it. So this is text field inputs in HTML elements. Also, required, there is an important attribute called required, which means the required field should always be submitted or filled before submitting or sending to processing. So we can put required here. So we can refresh it, and if you submit it, or we will see it later, it will refuse to accept it. Let's see by giving simply an input type of submit. So input, the type is equal to submit, and ID submit, name submit, having a value of submit all of send data. So if we refresh the page now, we get a button, and if you do not have a value and we submit it, it's a request to fill the data because we make it a required field. Thank you.